Fowler, joined as always by Kirk Herbstreit. Kurt, let's get right to the action. And the Rebels will kick this away to start us off. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. We'll start from the 25. Takes the handoff. It's Tatum. That's a solid gain. Moves the ball to the 29. Kirk, both sides told us they knew this was going to be a challenge. The biggest test they've had so far this season. Good to see this matchup get off to a good start. Bodes well.
Chris, I'm just excited to see how this game's going to unfold. Both of these teams are going to be so fired up throughout the entire game. I think it's going to be a true test of wills between two teams that have both...
Here he goes. At the 30 now. They bring him down, but what an explosive play.
Man, now that is a running back's dream. I don't think the guy got touched until he got taken to the ground. It's just excellent blocking. There's nobody he had to make miss or use his stiff arm. Just a lot of open field.
Caught by the receiver. He's tackled, but down at the 9-yard line. Defense getting pushed around.
Well, the defense sits back in a zone coverage. Good job here by the quarterback recognizing that soft coverage, and he hits the routine drag route underneath for a first down.
First and goal, they'll try to run it in. He's wrapped up nicely there by the freshman.
You know, the real estate gets tight inside the 10-yard line. You love a play caller who has the ability to either run it or throw it. Because that puts so much pressure on that defensive coordinator to know how to line up. It's not just a one-dimensional attack he's dealing with.
On the move now. Launching one to the end zone. And he makes the catch. Touchdown, Oklahoma.
Well, that's a thing of beauty right there. Good job all around. Offensive line gave the quarterback enough time. Quarterback puts it right on the money. And with this receiver running a route like this, makes it pretty simple. All you have to do is get his head turned around, catch that football. He's already in the end zone for the touchdown.
So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. It's a shotgun run ball. They bring him down to the 32-yard line.
Hey, nice RPO here by the offense. Defense is going to sit back, make it easy on the quarterback, hand it off up the middle. Nice solid game. Stay ahead of the chains.
Second down play coming up for this offense. To throw, it's Murphy. It's a screen pass complete to the running back. Hits into space at the 50. Breaks into the clear. At the 10 now. Touchdown, Rebels. Strong game by this quarterback.
How dangerous is this offense? Well, of course, you know about the receivers, those vertical shots, but here's an example. You get the ball to the running back out in space, takes it all the way to the end zone for a touchdown.
So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. Now from the 25. First down. We're going to throw the football. Catch made in space. Look out. They finally get him down, but a big play to the 46.
Another Oklahoma receiver making a big-time play for this offense. Man, it just seems like over the years, so many big-time, dynamic receivers have come to Norman. Integral piece of this offense, and it gets you the yards you need.
On first and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. Looking for his big tight end. But they can't make the connection. Ball's incomplete. misfire on first down makes it 2nd and 10 from the 46. Moving the receiver around pre-snap. Quarterback looking to throw it on 2nd down. That one falls incomplete. Looking for a flag. Doesn't get it. Brings up 3rd down. They come to the line. A long way to go for the first down, but needing this crucial conversion right now. Dropping back. It's Hawkins. Caught over the middle. It's Thomas. They wrap him up after the completion, just short of the first down marker.
Chris, I felt like that was almost a 2-for-1. They know they're potentially going to go for it on 4th down, so you try to get as much as you can on 3rd to put yourself in a good spot for this next play. Curious to see if the offensive coordinator had something up his sleeve for this play on 4th down.
And now the offense will call a timeout. Something the coach didn't like about this. Crucial play coming up. It's 4th down, but no punting team. The offense is going to go for it. Looking to throw yet again. Caught quickly. They make the first down, brought down to the 31.
Boy, the defense is in the right coverage here. Looked like they had exactly what they wanted to be able to come up with a stop here on 4th down. But there's the timing between a quarterback and the receiver. They knew exactly where they needed to go. Great timing and a first down.
He's in the clear. Powering through the defender. And they tackle him, but a solid gain down to around the 5-yard line.
Man, this quarterback can play the game. He can throw, and as we see here, he can run the football. The defense does everything that they need to with the pressure. They look like they're in good position to be able to come up with a nice play on him, but instead,
floaters into the end zone. Touchdown, Sooners.
Man, Chris, even in this condensed space down in the red zone, a superior athlete is just eventually going to be a superior athlete. You hesitate for a second, and this guy's going to make you pay, and the defense here was left with the bill.
Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And the kickoff goes out the back of the end zone, so a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Hand off to the single back. They'll stop him behind the line for a loss of 1.
Now, you see this with a lot of backs. There's a tendency to want to try to bounce it to the outside. Now, sometimes the play calls for it, but you know the coaches are telling him to follow the blockers and execute the plan.
Looking to throw. It's Murphy. It's incomplete. He was hit as he threw that time. And now 3rd down coming up.
Boy, that pass rush got in there in a hurry. Great job by this defense of disrupting the rhythm and timing between the quarterback and the receivers.
They're backed up here trying to make something happen on 3rd and long. Dropping back. They're going to throw for the first down. It's a dart right down the middle. Oh, the pass is picked off. Look out, he's in the clear. Follows the pick with a nice return before finally being brought down.
Anytime you see a defense sit back and cover 2, the quarterback knows he's looking for short to intermediate throws. He's going to have to put something on it. It's not just the guys that are covering deep. It's the guys underneath you have to be careful of, so you drive that throw. Otherwise, you're going to see results like this, which are an interception.
And he'll be smarter right at the line for no gain.
Well, if somebody talks about a play being blown up, this is a great example of that. That's exhibit A for how to be physical on defense.
They'll look to throw it here on 2nd down. Oh, down he goes. It's a sack. for some plot twists here as we begin the second quarter. A big play here after the break. Offense trying to convert here on third down. Out of the gun now on third down. Tries to get it to the running back. Makes the catch. It's Tatum. He stopped short of the marker, so it's a fourth down now.
Boy, they get some big yards here on third down, but they're still going to be short. So to bring up a fourth down and a big decision for this offense.
Oh, and he missed it. The kick is no good. The lead remains at 7 after the miss.
Now that's going to go down as an empty possession for this offense. No points as he's off target. Now you can see he's hanging his head. Poor kicker.
Offense will keep it on the ground here. They bring him down at the 44. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield now.
Everybody always wants to talk about quarterbacks today and receivers, and don't get me wrong, that's a big part of the evolution of the game and where we are. But, man, for me, as a fan, when I'm watching a game, there's just something satisfying about the teams and the offenses that still have backs that can carry the ball and come up with plays like that. Move those sticks and keep this drive going.
Offense getting set. Second down play here. Caught behind the line. It's Horton. And the defense swarms. Not much of a gain on that completion.
How about this defense? That is called team pursuit. Swarming to this wide receiver on the screen, not allowing him to get his momentum upfield.
Back to throw. It's Murphy. It's a short completion to the big tight end.
Chris, great effort here by this defense to keep him short of the first down. Now they've got a tough decision to make here on this fourth down and short.
They need a yard here on fourth down to keep this drive alive. They keep him off balance with a run. That decision to go for it on fourth down doesn't work out.
How about the offense being aggressive? They decide to go for it here, and I got to give all the credit to this defense. Being aware, anticipating the call, knowing exactly where they needed to make the stop, and they did it.
Looking to throw it on first down. He escapes the pocket. And he'll finally let it fly deep to the right. Incomplete. They cannot connect on the deep ball.
Well, that's going to go down as an incompletion, obviously. But I like that the quarterback showed his ability to escape. Broke loose from the pocket and put the ball on a string. Just wasn't able to come up with that completion.
Offense getting set. It's second down. Defense looking to dial up some pressure here. And they hit him just as he releases the ball. It's incomplete.
Anytime a quarterback's able to recognize a free rusher like that, that's what the check down is for. He has to recognize the protection issues quickly and pivot.
He'll take a deep shot. Intercepted, picked off by the defense. Now he's bringing it back. We finally tackle him, but what a tremendous play. The pick and then that return.
Love to see defensive backs who are able to locate the football and break on the ball and be able to go up and make a clean interception. Great play here.
Here's the first play of the drive. They're set up at the 43. He'll hand it off. They got him, but not before a solid gain on the ground there.
What a great job to be able to establish some rhythm to an offense. When you can run the football like this, it just opens up the playbook. You can continue to run. You can go to play action. You really keep the defense on their heels when you can run the ball like this. Nice play.
And they'll try to pick it up on the ground. They stop him, but it's a first down.
A good push up front here. This back, I tell you, he's got some outstanding vision to be able to find those creases, to be able to get positive yards, and here he gets the first down.
And that run, good for first down yardage. The drive moves on. shoves him out of bounds. Not much of a gain there.
Well, anytime an offensive coordinator calls a wide receiver screen, he's trying to get offensive linemen out in front of the receiver to create a wall so that receiver can pick a lane to run through. How about the defense here, though? That's called team pursuit and swarming to the football. They didn't give him any lanes, so not much yards downfield for the receiver.
So a positive play, Kirk, with the crossing route. This is the defensive communication the coaches were worried about in this game.
Yeah, it really is a challenge in this call. When the offense goes with that deep crosser, the defense has to do a good job of communicating, really keeping their head on a swivel to understand who's coming into their zone. That time they just lost the receiver and they gave up a big gain.
And the Rebels come to the line to start a fresh set of downs. And now the handoff. The gain is 2 yards, so it's 2nd and 8.
Let's go.
Looking to pass. It's Murphy. Launching one to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Perfect timing here by this quarterback. Great read, puts the ball where his man can make a play on it, and they're an extra point away from tying this game up.
And the PAT is good. The PAT ties the game here in the second quarter now. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And he'll lead the kickoff right there. He'll start at the 25. So the first play of the drive here coming up. Less than 2 minutes left on the clock. Gets it out quickly to the left side. And it's good for a first down to the 36.
I love how this quarterback is finding this slot receiver. Not only is he tough to handle, but it's what he's doing after the catch. He has such wiggle and quickness. He's tough to bring down, and you see more positive yards after the catch here.
Moves out of the pocket. And he'll heave the ball deep down that right side. Got a man. Catch made. Big play.
That is great arm strength and accuracy by this quarterback. And let's not forget the wide receiver's job of bringing it in for that big gain.
The offense is clicking, and the defense just searching for answers now. First down, looking to throw the ball. Spins away from defenders. Now here he goes, headed for the end zone. And he takes it all the way. They couldn't stop him. Touchdown, Oklahoma. Simple throw, all the yards after the catch. Explosive play by the receiver to score.
Just a dynamic, athletic playmaker. As simple as you said, Chris, just throw him the football, he makes the catch, and then all the fireworks are after the catch, and this defense just unable to corral him.
And the kickoff will bounce right through the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now for the 25. Looking to pass. It's Murphy. Comes up with the catch. That's a big hit at the end, but they earn a fresh set of downs. And a timeout is called. Important stage late here in the second quarter. First down and 10. Quarterback making adjustments now to what the defense is showing. On 1st and 10, they'll look to throw it. And it's incomplete. The defender arrived the same time as the football. And now it's second down. Following the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 39. Throwing again on 2nd and 10. Looking for the wideout. Oh, he makes the catch. They make the tackle there, but a penalty marker is on the field. Let's see what that's about.
Man, playing defensive back has got to be the toughest job out there right now in college football. You get isolated on islands against these freaky, talented receivers. It's hard enough to be able to stay up with them and try to make a play on the ball, and often you end up bumping them downfield and you get a call like this.
On 1st and 10, looking to throw. Grab behind the line. It's Watkins. Oh, and he heads out of bounds after a really nice gain there.
Well, that's exactly what you need to do as a receiver in these kind of situations near the end of the half. Get some positive yards, but also stopping the clock is just as important.
The linebacker shifting around now. And looking to throw now on 1st down. Caught in the backfield. It's Lacy. The offense will quickly spend a timeout here after the play.
That's what I love about this guy. He has the ability to sneak out of the backfield. The quarterback's able to find him open, checks it down for a nice gain.
So with only a few seconds left in the half, out comes the field goal unit. Oh, and he knocks it right through. And that will do it for the first half here. Kevin Connors now has our halftime update. The Sooners will kick this deep to begin the second half. And that kick will just bound into the end zone for a touchback. First play of the drive now from the 25. They get the second half started with a running play. The senior able to make the stop after a short gain.
Nice solid run here by this back. Did a nice job of just kind of finding that lane, pick up some positive yards there on 1st and 10.
So 2nd and 7 after the 3-yard pickup. This offense trying to get something going on this drive. He'll hand it off. He's got the first and still going. He's found some room at the 45. Breaks into the clear. Touchdown, Rebels, to put them on top now.
Oh, my. What a great play call here by the offensive coordinator. The running back received some great blocking up front and just took off with it, carving up this defense all the way to the end zone.
And he knocks through the PAT. So after putting up the touchdown, the kickoff team is out there to boot it away. And it comes out to the 25. No return attempted there. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Looking for some space. It's Tatum. And the run moves the ball up to the 33.
Setting the tone early with good runs like this can really wear a defense down and keep the defense guessing. That's why some of the best coaches of all time have primarily done it with great run games.
And the ball is handed off out of the shotgun. And the Sooners are moving quickly down the field.
Just what a great battle here at the line of scrimmage. Good push by the offensive line, and the back does enough to be able to pick up the first down.
Back to pass. It's Hawkins. Grab down the middle. It's Jordan. And he's brought down after a big first down gain. It's 2nd and short. Maybe an opportunity, Kirk, to take a shot here.
Quarterback looks downfield to make this throw. He wants to be able to get the ball to be able to pick up enough yards for a first down. But instead, he gets the ball at least underneath to the drag route and gets some positive yards.
What's the play call here on 2nd down for this offense? They'll run it from the gun. Oh, good enough for first down yardage.
And that's a good, nice, crisp run for a first down. Don't forget, good blocking up front by the big fellas. And this running back, he just seems to have a nose for that first down marker. A few more runs like this, and he's going to be getting into a rhythm for sure.
On first down, they'll keep their running game churning. Breaking free at the 35. He's in the clear. All the way to the end zone. What a run. Touchdown, Sooners.
Well, this is what this running back brings to the table for this offense. He's always one touch away from a huge play. And here he gets the ball, gets some space, and from there, no one's going to catch him on his way to the end zone.
The kickoff, a little too hot to handle, goes through the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Looking for a gap. It's Lacy. Breaks an open space. And he steps out of bounds, but a solid gain there on the ground.
Every now and then we see a really good run. We tend to focus on what other people did in order for that run to happen, what the offensive line did. Maybe the receivers are blocking good on the edge. Sometimes the running back is pretty good too. And on that play, he picked up a lot of yards and made that happen with good effort.
Takes the ball and heads to the left. And they'll bring him down after just a short pickup.
It's exactly what you want to see as a play caller. You get positive yards to be able to kind of keep you on schedule as a play caller. That's all you can ask for. Good job up front and a nice run.
Looking downfield, it's Murphy. Makes a quick grab. Defense makes the stop very close to a first down. The Rebels will hustle to the line here to run the hurry up. In the third and short, they'll try to throw for it. And he dumps it off to the tight end. Finds room at the 30. And he rolls out of bounds. That's a big gainer there.
What a pitch and catch by the quarterback and receiver for a big gain for this offense.
And the Rebels pick up first down yardage to keep the drive going. Keep it on the ground. There's the handoff. Solid gain there. Sets up a first and goal at the 7.
Nothing better than an offense on first down to be able to pick up big positive yards like that. You can either keep giving it to the back, or it can set up play action and get the defense to come up to the line of scrimmage, and you can throw it over top of them.
And the Rebels trying to punch it in. It's first and goal. They'll try to run it in on first and goal. No stopping him on that run. Touchdown, Ole Miss.
Chris, I know the back's going to get a lot of attention for this touchdown, but I was focused on the offensive line. You had 5 guys working as one. Great communication, able to get up to that second level and open things up nicely to allow the back into the end zone.
And they're able to tack on the extra point. Kickoff team out there, they are fired up after just scoring a touchdown. And he'll lead the kickoff right there to start with the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Here comes a first down pass attempt. Receiver makes the grab. They tackle him at the 38. Solid gain. Nice play there.
One thing we know for sure, I don't know if as a play caller you can make that call without a quarterback who can throw it with a big arm. He put that on a rope.
Dropping back, it's Hawkins. The sure hands, it's Tatum. Takes a big shot there from the defense, but moves the sticks. First down. Great start for the drive. Back-to-back explosive plays, and now another first down. Keeping it on the ground here. Able to fight for a decent gain here in that running play.
Well, I know this defense worked very hard at halftime to come up with answers on how to try to slow down this running back after the big first half, and he's already at it again.
Second down after that run on the previous play. Quarterback sets up, looking for an open man. And here comes a deep shot. They try a downfield shot. That's a good effort there. But now it's third down.
What a Great job here by the defender on a deep ball downfield. One of the toughest things to do is get your head turned back, locate the football. He does it perfectly and bats it away.
After the incompletion, they'll come to the line for a 3rd and 4. Looks to the left, and it's complete. Big-time conversion to keep the drive going. First down now from the 30. We're set now for the 4th quarter. Who's going to make the crucial plays to take home this W? So here we go, first play of the quarter. The offense has a first down. They open the 4th by going to the air. Lets it go quickly. Oh, and it's incomplete. It was right in his hands, and he dropped it.
That's everything you want to see from an offense. Great execution. The line gave the quarterback time. Quarterback makes a great read, throws it to his guy, and the receiver drops it. Now he's going to have to shake that off and get ready to make that next play.
Caught over the middle. It's Jordan.
Simple pitch and catch on the drag route. Quarterbacks love these routes because they're short throws. Those yards after the catch, gotta pad your stats.
So now it's 3rd and short from the 23. Potential 4-down territory. Let's see what the 3rd down call is. Dropping back. It's Hawkins. Touchdown, Oklahoma. They jump on top now here in the 4th.
Oh, man, I think the defense was so caught up with their eyes on the quarterback, they completely lose the running back out of the backfield. Nice job by the play caller here of getting the ball out to the running back instead of the receiver for the touchdown.
Point after, up and good. Got momentum after scoring that touchdown. Now the kickoff team out there to kick it away. And that kick will just bounce into the end zone for a touchback. They'll start at the 25. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. From the shotgun now, here's an inside give. And they try the middle, but stuck for no gain. The Rebels will come to the line to run the hurry-up.
That play was perfectly defended. You know, sometimes as an offense and an offensive coordinator, you hit a wall, and it's time to mix some things up on what you show the defense.
Receiver brought down after a short pitch and catch. Offense needing to keep this drive alive. It's a 3rd down play. Receiver in motion now. Quarterback in the shotgun here on 3rd down. Looking deep to the right side. Can't hold on. Good defensive play. Brings up a 4th down.
Oh, the quarterback and receiver just not quite on the same page. But the good news is it's 4th. Short and trailing in this game, you've got to convert here to keep your hopes alive.
So here we go, down 1 score. They're going to go for it on 4th down. Quarterback adjusting now to the defense. Needs a completion here on 4th down. He's got it, enough for a first down. Brought down, but it's past the line of the game.
Just great execution here on this 4th down to keep this drive alive. And what I love is the accuracy from the quarterback and a good job by the receiver knowing where that route needed to be able to catch the ball and pick up the first down.
And the Rebels getting set on 1st and 10. They'll run it to the right side. Tackle made after a nice pickup on the play.
Boy, how about that play, Chris? That thing just opened up. The back shot through there with great acceleration. What a pickup there on 1st down.
And the Rebels pick up enough to get a 1st down there. The back's got it. And the tackle is made after a 4-yard gain, so 2nd and 6.
Hey, listen, you don't always have to have big plays to be successful. It's a nice, solid gain here. Keeps you on schedule, and you get ready for that next play.
Scanning the field, it's Murphy. Short connection to the tight end here. Heads out of bounds after a solid gain.
Well, this is what coaches love to see. A quarterback with the ability to read the defense properly and then just get it to the open man. Sometimes it sounds simple, but it's tough to execute. This time we have good recognition by the quarterback. Then he gets it down to the tight end. You can see what he can do after the catch.
Handoff heading left. Has the 1st down and more. Tackle made at the 21. This offense in great scoring position now.
What a drive by this offense. Another big gain, and look at the defense. Huffing and puffing, hands on their hips. This offense is wearing them down both mentally and physically.
Handoff running right. Breaks free. Touchdown, Rebels. And they take the lead here in the 4th quarter.
Boy, just a great job here by the offensive line and the running back to be able to get this ball into the end zone late in the game like this, now in the 4th quarter, to give them the lead.
Kick is up and good. They go up by 3 here in the 4th quarter. Can they hang on? Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. On the hands team all over that to make the recovery.
Hey, it's the 4th quarter here. They're trying to get that football back. I don't blame them. Unfortunately, they couldn't come up with it.
And the Sooners offense is back out on the field. They come out down 3 with the clock running out of time. Can they make a play right now? The receiver grabs it. They make the tackle, but this offense now in scoring position. 1st down to the 32.
You know, this is what makes this receiver so dangerous. If you play him in man, he can run by you for a big play. You decide to sit back in zone, and he's got the savvy and instincts to be able to find that soft spot in the zone, make a catch, and be dangerous after the catch as well.
Tight game. Final 2 minutes. Can the offense make a play here? And they desperately need it. Caught behind the line. It's Thomas. Heads out of bounds after running for the 1st down to keep this scoring threat alive. Serious pressure now for the defense.
Well, Chris, just like this in the 4th quarter, you're working this 2-minute drill. It's a one-possession game. Every single time you can get 1st downs and out of bounds. That's exactly what you do to want to move the ball down the field and eventually put it into the end zone.
And the crowd coming to life here, trying to help this defense down in the red zone. Looking to throw. It's Hawkins. Launching one to the end zone. And it's incomplete, very near the goal line.
Well, this is it. Late in the game, really tight situation. This is what separates a good quarterback from a great quarterback. Can he come up with the play to keep this drive alive?
Here we go, trailing late in the game here. Serious urgency for this offense right now. Drops back, needing a third down completion here. Looking to scramble. He'll be taken down. The defense rises up with a sack at a crucial moment.
What was the quarterback thinking here? There's just absolutely no way you can take a sack in this situation. And now it's fourth down.
The defense calling a timeout here, giving this field goal kicker a little something to think about. So out comes the field goal unit, one of the biggest moments in this kicker's life. Knocks that one right down the middle. And that will tie the game. Are we headed for overtime? So after coming away with 3 in that drive, the kickoff team is out. So no return on this one. Ball just bounces into the end zone for a touchback. And the first play of the drive now from the 25. Pre-snap motion from the offense. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. They're looking to set up a screen pass here. And he never had a chance tackled in the backfield. But that moves the ball into plus territory, trying to be aggressive here and win the game before overtime.
Yeah, I think that's the right call. You got a quarterback that makes good reads, can throw the football well. Why go into overtime? Take some chances here and try to win it in regulation.
After the first down loss, it's 2nd and long from the 22. Quarterback pre-snap adjustments now for this defense. Fires it to the wideout. Oh, what a grab! They stop him out at the 42. That's a solid gain, getting closer to midfield. And the offense will take a timeout with exactly 24 seconds remaining. The offense really clicking against this embattled defense. Offense moving receivers around now before the snap. To the air, it's Murphy. That's real rare. It's Alexander. They bring him down, but the gain moves the ball into enemy territory at the 43.
Well, this wide receiver has it all. We know about his leaping ability and his speed. But what I've seen today is the precise route running. Another example of it there, and the timing with this quarterback and this receiver is just a thing of beauty.
He makes the grab. And a timeout is taken. Just 3 seconds left. Time for one last play. And a timeout is taken. Just 3 seconds left. Time for one last play.
Timeout, Oklahoma.
And the coach elects to send out the field goal unit. So here we go. They'll spot the ball at the 25. It's a 42-yard attempt for the win. It's good. The game winner from a kicker who's cold as ice with the game on the line. That's the kind of matchup we hope for, Kirk. This team came in higher ranked, respected. They were fully tested. They had to show how good they were to survive the upset here today.
And I really think that the coaches and the players, they love playing in these kind of games. You really are going to get tested. You find out what you're made out of. And these guys really met the challenge. I'm very, very impressed with the execution and how they played this game. And now they go to the next step.
And that's going to wrap it up. For Kirk Herbstreit, I'm Chris Fowler. This has been another presentation of EA Sports College Football.